Well, when working with Madlib was like he's the easiest producer to work with, to me. The way he has his stuff done, it's already done. Like, he gave me thousands of beats. Certain ones of them, you know, I really could round to a lot of his stuff, but I choose the ones that stand out a little bit, you know what I mean? So actually it's hard to choose out of all the selection that he had. Everything was so dope. But see, with him, the beat is already done. I'm just writing around the beat, like samples already there, you know, so all I have to do is really come up with the concept. You know, there's not a lot of separate tracks, there's not a lot of mixing, it's just straight beats and rhymes. Like if a DJ was spinning, say, and I was on a microphone, that's what it feel like working with Madlib, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, from the musical aspect, hip-hop is one of the direction to where it's like 100 or almost damn near 100% on everything besides the music, like what you look like, the sound of your name, to what you're wearing, the brand of clothing, whatever intoxicants you choose to put in your body, to, you know, everything except for what the music sounds like. So the Mask is really a testament to, it's not about none of that. It's straight about the wreck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be any color or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The Mask represents just everybody, you know what I'm saying? To where, nothing matters. The brand of clothing, none of that matters. It's just matter how you spit and the beats. How the beats is raw, then that's what it's about. While I'm smoking, I can't write at all. You know what I mean? I'm smoking. I got a blunt in my hand. How am I gonna? You know what I mean? I only got two hands.
I guess it depends on how much money it's making, whether it gets categorized as underground or mainstream. You know, at this point, it's just we just keep it raw. And right now, it's categorized as underground, but I'm sure as it picks up, it's gonna pass that line, that 500,000 mark or whatever it is, and it'll be considered mainstream. Like when Biggie first came out, it was straight underground, party and bullshit. I remember hearing that shit on nothing but underground stations, you know what I'm saying? Would never hear that shit on radio. But then he kept his style really rugged, same way he had it, but then somewhere along the line, he passed into the mainstream. So it's just all gonna matter how many records you sell, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if it's raw, it's raw, you know what I mean?
All right, so what really happened in the lab that day?
In the lab that day? Yeah, man, it's hard to really explain it, you know, on TV and all that. But
nah, don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Chill.
All right.
That's discreet.
I can't disclose. On that note, my time is up. I gotta go. So,
how did you connect, you and Madlib?
The way I remember it, the way it happened was at that time, I guess Doomsday came out. And it was starting to make waves, and it was, you know, so I was getting like requests from different artists, different producers to do collaborations. So I think it was Egon from Stone's Throw reached out, you know, to the management and got, you know, and that's what really how I hooked up. He's like, yo, this cat Madlib want to work with you, you know. Then I was like, Madlib, I wasn't familiar with his stuff at the time, you know. So I did a little bit of research on his stuff, asked a couple of people, and he had good rep. So, you know, after that, it was really history. Flew out there, met up with him, and it's like my brother ever since, you know what I'm saying? My long lost cousin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so KMD was what we started out with. It must have been like 89, 90, you know what I'm saying? First joint was Peace Fuzz, was a single that we came out with. Prior to that, I was on that Third Base Gas Face joint. That was like my real debut, you know what I mean? And yeah, no doubt. Then you know, we had the first album come out. Peace Fuzz was the title cut off that. Who Me was another video we did off of that album. Then we did another album that didn't really come out when it was supposed to come out. But then we just recently put it out maybe like 2000. Black Bastard was the title of that one. That was the second KMD album. So, you know, that's available now. It was done maybe in 1993 though, but it's still funky fresh, you know what I'm saying? Timeless music, you know what I mean? So then, you know, I've been like kind of off the map for maybe 4 years after that, as far as like in mainstream music, but I always been doing my thing. So, you know, MF Doom was all that time between Black Bastards and like, you know, like 1999 or something like that, like 4 or 5 years, you know what I mean? Running around with this dude, he helped me get back into it, you know what I'm saying? And now we just out here doing it, you know what I mean?
I got a mean right and an ill left follow-up. So you gotta be careful. You might not know that about me, you know, in general. The first one that comes to mind in that split microsecond would have to be John Coltrane, My Favorite Things, the compilation that had the original
version that they did live somewhere in, I think it was Paris, I think they did it. And they got the first time they did it was a classic record. First time they did it, they got mixed reviews. People in the crowd kind of like, oh. They used to him doing other things,
To me, I'm a producer first. People start requesting rhymes. I just ended up rhyming and shit.
Yeah, you know what I would say? Follow your heart. There's number one rule. Follow your heart. Like, a lot of people might not see your vision yet. You know what I mean? People might call you crazy or think it won't make sense. Follow your heart and just follow it all the way through. And that's when you'll see you making new ground and people will appreciate it later on. You know what I mean? Never try to do something to impress the next man, the next woman. Like, it's really about what you see and what you have inside. Everybody's unique individual here. You know what I mean? So you have something to contribute. So whatever it is, follow that and bring it out and share at the table with all of us. You know what I mean?